If I lose the light of the sun, I will write by candlelight, moonlight, no light. If I lose paper and ink, I will write in blood on forgotten walls. I will write always. I will capture nights all over the world and bring them to you. Is a quote by Henry Rollins. Hello, thanks for joining me. This is Jessie, and this is Storytime Saturday. I am going to be reading to you by one of my favorite writers, Henry Rollins. Some of you may know Henry Rollins from his time with the band Black Flag, and some of you may know Henry Rollins from his acting career. He has been in several movies and TV shows, but my favorite version of Henry Rollins is the writer. This is from A Preferred Blur, Reflections, Inspections, and Travel in All Directions. June 27th, 2007, LA, California, 22:53 hours. Sitting on the floor in a room in my house. I am listening to The Damned. I only come into this room at night. It's a great room late at night. It's Wednesday night. Very early Saturday morning, I will be flying to Washington, D.C. for a few days. For the last 3 years, June 30th has been a hard day to get through. It's the day Ian's mother, Ginger, passed away. I will hopefully get out there in time for whatever function the family will be having this year. I think Ian said they will be having a picnic or something. I miss her all the time, but on 6:30, it's especially hard. I am looking forward to walking around the streets of my old neighborhood and seeing all those beautiful trees in full bloom. The air will be hot and moist. In the summer, DC hits that almost unendurable threshold of heat and moisture, and you just have to deal with it. I really like it. Carol and I have been working as hard as we can getting the next volume of Fanatic finished. We still have another couple of drafts to go, but I think we're making progress. That and working on future radio broadcasts for when I am not in town has kept me very busy and distracted from myself. The last several days have been busy and eventful beyond the work. A few days ago, I went to the premiere of Ratatouille with Janine Garofalo. She provides the voice for one of the main characters, Colette. Patton Oswalt is the lead, a rat named Remy. The premiere was at the Kodak Theater. I have never been there before. The red carpet thing was the biggest one I have ever seen. I guess Disney was pulling out all the stops. I watched Janine walk out onto it, and the camera started flashing away. I heard people calling my name from the roped-off area where the fan types were, so I went over there. I am not going to pretend that I don't hear them. One guy pulls out a stack of pictures of me to sign, and I asked him how the hell he had those on hand. He told me that he saw the guest list and knew I was showing up. I didn't know it worked that way. I signed a couple of them. He had a lot of them. It's a racket, and I don't mind doing some, but after a few, it's just a drag. I'm sorry that's the way the guy makes money. I don't get mad at that kind of thing. The guy's just getting by as best he can. I signed a bunch of stuff for people and then walked back to the red carpet area to watch people do their thing. I was spotted by some of the photographers, and they started yelling my name. So I went out there for a minute and goofed around with Janine, and then stood around for some photos and snuck away when their attention was diverted by someone else. After that, I stayed out of the area and used other people's bodies for cover as I watched famous people get their pictures taken. It's crazy how many of the women I saw had some kind of plastic surgery done to their faces. They all looked insane because of it. None of them looked good, they just looked nuts. Some of the older women were rail thin with breast augmentation. The implants looked like they wanted to tear themselves away from the body. Combine that with the creaseless forehead and tight skin around the eyes, they all looked like they just woke up from a nightmare where they saw themselves naked. Ratatouille was really great. I have never seen one of those Pixar cartoons. Janine was fantastic, and so was Patton. Hell, everyone in it was great. 5 years in the making, that thing. It was completely impressive, and I was happy for both Janine and Patton for getting that work and doing such a great job. I saw them both on stage at the Troubadour last Sunday night, and they were both really good. Patton is one of the funniest people I have ever seen. I was sitting on the stairs on the side of the stage when he was on, and I am glad I didn't have to stand. It would have been hard for all the laughing I did. I want to write more, but I am tired and need to get up as early as I can, so this is it for now. 6:30, 2007. LAX, 0502 hours. So again at the airport. 3 years ago today, I flew from Dulles to Lax and went right into a film set. 3 years ago today, Ginger McKay passed away while I was in the air. My depression is very heavy at the moment. I almost didn't make this trip. Last night I didn't want to move. I felt so bad. It's not good feeling this way, but it's what I've got at the moment. Last night was the Ramones get-together at Hollywood Forever. Joe Sib and I handled the proceedings. I told the audience that they were going to be what they were going to be seeing, when it was shot, etc. I knew that Marky Ramone was going to go up and speak before the second feature, but I figured he wouldn't be all that informative, and I was right. Last night's presentation consisted of a documentary called Too Tough to Die, directed and shot by Mandy Stein. Mandy's father, Seymour, signed the Ramones to Sire. The documentary covers the 30th anniversary Ramones benefit show done at the Avalon in Los Angeles on September 12, 2004, and also shows scenes of Johnny Ramone's memorial service at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. It's an interesting scene at Hollywood Forever. People bringing blankets and hang out on the lawn in front of the screen, punk rockers and their family. It's really cool. I have been there for a few Ramones functions, and it's always a really good time. 1537 hours, Washington, D.C. Just spoke to Ian. We'll see him soon. We'll space out here at the coffee place for a while. It's Saturday. Mood is pretty good. Last night was really bad. I could barely move. I wanted to stay in LA. I was so depressed. It's a hard day thinking of Ginger, but I am getting a little better with it as the years pass. When I am here, I always try to imagine living here again, and try as I might, I just can't do it. The world calls out to me too much, and I don't know how I would pass the time here.